Hey guys, so we are in Texas because we are buying a new car, and Texas actually has Daisos. Houston has about 4 of them. So if I'm around a Daiso, I have to go to Daiso. Second Daiso, this one is in Katy. So this represents my haul from Daiso. We went to one of the many Daisos in the Houston area while we were picking up our car. It's been a while since I've had a chance to go to Houston. It's been a while since I've had a chance to go to Daiso. And my experience with Daiso in generally has been like San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Jose, as well as over in Japan. So it was interesting to see how Texas Daisos differ a little bit. Before we get into the haul, one of the differences that I really noticed that was like the most striking to me is that the stationery and art supply sections are much smaller in Texas Daisos than they are in the San Francisco Daiso. And that may have changed. It's been a few years since I've been to the San Francisco Daiso. And in Japanese Daisos can really vary. It's a lot like American Dollar Tree, where you have some that are very snack heavy, and you have others that are very cleaning supply heavy, and then you have some that have huge craft sections. Daiso can kind of vary like that. But the one that, well, actually went to two. The two that we went to in Houston, one in Katy, and then one kind of on the outskirts of Houston, they were both more like cleaning supplies, daily living, home goods focused, rather than being art supply focused. So I know some of you guys expressed interest in seeing what I picked up from Daiso. These are whims and fancies that spoke to my heart. They were not purchased with the intention of like doing a haul. It wasn't like I was like, I'm gonna buy every art supply they have at Daiso or something like that. This was just stuff that I thought was fun and I thought was interesting. So we're gonna start with the larger bag. This is from the first Daiso that we went to. I apologize if the lighting is shifting. We did put an umbrella up in the backyard to kind of block some of the sun, and the lighting in my great room is extremely yellow, and I actually hate it. So I realize the lighting is terrible, but it's still the only space that I have that is large enough for a haul like this. And I can't make every room bright white, bright as the sun, keep you up all night white, right? So we're just gonna kind of roll with that. So, now, when I say there wasn't a lot necessarily of stationery supplies, that doesn't mean there wasn't a lot of stationery supplies. It just means there wasn't a lot by like other Daisos that I've been to standards, particularly again, the San Francisco one that has like 2 aisles of stationery things and then another half aisle or so of art supply things. So that's a smaller, compared to some of the Daisos I've been to, that's a smaller Daiso, but it still has a pretty substantial, like what we do here on this channel kind of section. So I picked up, again, this is not like a haul, so some of these are just things for me. So bear with me. I picked up some black Q-tips. They ended up being the sticky tip kind. I missed that. I thought they were just regular Q-tips. I bought some extremely cute stationery. And for some of these things, we will go to the desktop and take a look at them. My husband and I like to write letters to each other, so I'm always looking for cute stationery like that. I picked up some red, like this is a stamp pad for like Honko seals. And I don't have a Honko, but I do like to carve eraser stamps. So I thought this might be like cute and a good way to do that. Oh, I picked up some washi tape cutters since I do eat a lot of washi tape. Some tiny little chalkboard signs for my tabletop because the Louisiana Book Festival is coming up and I am a featured guest and I get to be on 2 panels, one of which is my own. I'll be talking about Lilliputian Living, Les Petits Plaisirs de la Vie. So that is the 2nd book in my Lilliputian Living series. And I'm also on a panel about ADHD people, which is really cool. As an ADHD person who makes comics about ADHD people, I think that is really cool. So I picked up some little signs for the Louisiana Book Festival. I picked up some interesting applicators. These were in, and I know I have like 3 of them, so I'm looking for the 3rd. These are in the, there it is, the makeup section. My first thought was to apply lotion to my face without getting it all over my hands. But these might also be fun applicators for, especially like this wide one, as like a larger wash water brush. I haven't been to a Daiso in years. If Louisiana got a Daiso, it would quickly become like Dollar Trees for me. Like I like to go, but it's not super imperative. But we still don't have one. I picked up another little small box organizer just for like small tools, and it acts like it's got 4 organizers inside, but I'm looking at it and that doesn't really seem to be the case, which is fine. That is not, I didn't pick it up for the mini cases. I picked it up for itself. Some more stationery. It's gonna be a lot of stationery. Some gridded sticky notes, some book flags, and again, after we kind of go through this, we can go over to the desktop and we can look at some of the more interesting things up close. Again, more stationery teeny notes and cute cat notepads. I picked up some Haichu snacks. This isn't a flavor. We do actually have Asian supermarkets here, so there's things I can get, but I've never seen the Haichu Fantasy. I also picked up some kelp tea. The last time I went to Japan while I was in Kyoto, I tried kelp tea and I really liked it, and I haven't been able to find a brand or a style available in the US that I like. So, you know, why not try Daiso's? Those seem pretty simple. I picked up a couple more washi cutters or tape cutters. These are actually magnetic, which is pretty cool. So, you know, I always seem to need tape like in every room that I'm at, so you could put it on like the refrigerator. I'm holding back on some of the more, this is definitely art supplies stuff. Some rainbow colored washi tape, as well as, these are really neat. These are washi tape organizers, so they hold 3 and they also cut them. I know Daiso makes such neat little things. Okay, I think we are basically in art supply territory now. So I'm gonna move these things down. Okay, now for art supplies and stationery, or at least more in that direction. So my husband kind of regrets this, but he pointed out that they have watercolor paints in dusty color, as well as in kind of more traditional colors. Also picked up, this is like a pack of little palettes. That's pretty neat. Gosh, when I teach this kind of stuff, I wish this was more available to me. I have to go hit Dollar Tree. Now those are more reusable, but still, and I do actually wash them out and clean them. Something like this would be more economical to me when I'm providing class supplies. I also got, hang on, because this is mostly pens. And then there's one really goofy thing I'm saving towards the end. Okay. So a smaller ruler. This is still in metric, but I love these kind of clear rulers, and this is hopefully to either live in my pencil case or live in my backpack, something a little bit more portable because I love those clear rulers. I picked up some of the Zebra Sarasa pins in like kind of pretty muted colors because I am in a class right now where I have to do a lot of handwriting, so I thought that would make it a little more pleasant for me. I also picked up like a regular little gel pen, nothing exciting or fancy. And I picked up a couple fountain pens. I picked up a Zebra fountain pen, super cheap one in this like really pretty hot pink color. And I also picked up a fountain pen without cartridge. Well, that's smart. Oh, it's okay. It's like the Pilot Preppy. Okay, so it's already full. This has red ink in it, and it's just kind of like no Daiso brand fountain pen. I picked up a couple of glue sticks, square stick glue, and this is, I think, like glue dots. So that's something that I do use, especially when I'm doing paper crafts. I picked up a Daiso brand knock eraser, so a little eraser. I picked up this is a mechanical pencil set, and it kind of reminded me of Muji. It looks a lot like Muji mechanical pencils, which if you have watched any of my like start to finish drawing videos, I like to use Muji pencils for my red leads. And then I picked up a couple of mini mono erasers. So fairly practical stuff. I also picked up an ink stick, and the ridiculous thing, this is so dumb, y'all are gonna love it. This is a small washing machine. It was in the kids section, but right on the end cap by the art supplies, and it actually has like a makeup, or it looks kind of like a mop brush to me. So I think when it's like the plain, because they had this like this and this in pink, and the pink ones were like clearly like it's to wash your doll clothes, whereas the plain ones, like the marketing was like you can wash brushes in this. And it is so, I can't wait to show this to you guys. It is so stupid. It is so cute. I hope I can find the right batteries for it. It even has like a little hose, so you drain it. You don't have to just dump the whole thing. You can drain. It's so cute. It's very dumb. I figured y'all would get kind of a kick out of that. And then we hit a second Daiso because I was looking for specific things. This is after we picked up our car. And it's a much smaller, and they had different things actually. So I actually found these are similar to Chinese watercolor weights. These are fairly heavy paperweights with actual notches for the brushes, and they're a little longer, but they're a little lighter than my Chinese watercolor weights. And those of you who watch the channel, you guys probably see me use my Chinese watercolor weights basically every video. This is something I use all the time and that I really like. So I mean, they're not super expensive online, but these are Daiso, so they're cheaper, and they also have the notches for the brush rest. I picked up it looks like it is a Sumi kit. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, why did they have this? Why did they have this with the inking supplies? I think this is an incense kit. Yeah, wow, this is Buddhist altar fittings. But they had this like, I thought this was a travel like sumie painting kit because I've seen those before. And this was in the middle, like this was right next to all the art supplies, and it was with the paperweights and with the ink. So I thought this was a travel kit, but no, this is a travel altar. Case of the set for Visit to a Grave. Well, if I had read it instead of just assuming what it was by for, but what Assuming what it was for by what it was by, I would have known that. Maybe it got put in the wrong spot. Maybe I grabbed the one that somebody had like replaced in the wrong spot. I mean, that's neat, but that's not really applicable. And because like literally right next to it were these inexpensive, I mean super blurry photos too, double-sided ink stones, and they had ink right next to it. So I think it probably just got put in the wrong place. And then Joseph found these. He's hoping these will fit him, but if they don't fit him, they'll go to me. They're really cute. These sumo wrestler socks, because he's actually pretty into sumo. So this is everything that we picked up from Daiso. I'm gonna curate this a little bit and bring over to the table the stuff I think you guys are gonna be the most interested in checking out. So I'll see you over at the desktop. Welcome to the desktop. So let's take a closer look at some of the more artsy goodies that I got from Daiso. I'm gonna start with what I think of as the best, the brush washing machine. So I'll pull it up here where you guys can see. So we fill the top with water, then we put our brush in and it'll agitate it, and then we use the hose to drain it. And the switch is right here. Nice. And I guess this was about 300 or 330 yen. And that is it for what I can read. I love that this is one of the products they were like, oh yeah, the American market needs this. And this is the 300 yen Playhouse. Maybe I should have gone and looked at the other toys. We were running kind of tight on time because we got there kind of late. Okay. Oh, there's like a little top to it. This is so dumb. I love it. I love it. And then I don't have a battery in here yet, but there's the agitator. There's the hole for it to drain. And then here is our very short little guy. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to use a screwdriver to open this and put batteries in. So I'm going to have to come back to this later on. This is look at this. Look, this is ridiculous. Look how cute that is. Do I think it's going to do a good job? I don't know. Maybe. So I'm going to put this aside for later. And grab some of the stationery. So they have these, it's hard to see because of the reflection of the lights, but they have these like really cute little note sets that have the lines embossed. So this is what the full one of that looks like. And they're just really sweet and kind of pretty. I feel like they're very similar to something that I got in a Zen Pop at one point. And then we have the cute little cat card. Are these just envelopes or are they cards and envelopes? I think they're just envelopes. So I'll have to like slip a message in there. Yeah, mini envelope secret. 4 pieces. I could open any of these honestly, but I can open this so we can get a good look at it. Oh, okay. All right. So that was just like the information card. Also, back in the day, liked to pick these up so that I could put goodies when people ordered things from my shop. So we've got the washi tape or the regular tape dispensers. Ooh, that is on there good. Did it say the price? Come on. Come on. There you go. So I guess the magnet is like hidden in there. And you just pull it apart. So it's like a regular little tape dispenser. And I have some Archer and Olive frog tape. So there you go. Pretty simple. And very cute. And then you can just like tear it off. I already have I have an Ames unit and it has metal crossbars, so I just went and stuck it to the Ames unit. It is a little bit big for the Archer, olive Archer, whichever way that goes, tape rolls, which honestly have like really big openings and not a lot of tape on them considering the price. Yeah, actually, this one might be a little too wide. This might be more practical anyway. This is Nichiban artist tape. Ooh, that's actually kind of sharp. So hopefully this will stick better. Yeah, that seems like it'll stick better. The magnets on those things are not super great. And then this is a washi cutter organizer, and you can buy multiple and stick them together for like folks who have a lot of washi tape, and it kind of folds like a book. And the sharp bits are on either end. What's a little sad is I actually try to work through my washi tape, so I don't really have like a lot right now that will fit on this. The mushroom might. Let's see if the mushroom will fit. Yeah, the mushroom will fit. So one of the downsides is it is kind of hard to see, you know, what tape is what. So you do need to like pull forth a little sample. I think this is going to be too thick. We'll find out. Actually, there's no middle one, but it is kind of too thick to really work. You could also probably put like a couple of skinny ones. So I have the frog tape, and then I also have like, let me get this started. So you probably could make 2 rolls work. I should have picked up more of these. I didn't. I didn't know how well it would work. I say I should have. I'm probably fine with just one. I don't have like, so my work desk doesn't exactly have like a lot of room around it to display stationery and stuff. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. That's pretty cute. It actually seems to hold. And then we could just peel it off and pull it. So that's nice. It actually makes it like easy to keep on your desk or your desktop. Also, like as I'm going through these things, I'm trying to put them away so I don't just have like stuff all over the place. I'm trying to be smart about it. Okay. Then we have some of these skinny washi tape rolls. Oh, they taped the top. There we go. They did actually have a decent washi tape selection. I just didn't have a lot of time to like look for specific stuff. There we go. Look, a bunch of really skinny, very cute rainbow rolls. Just when I used up all of my organizers, but they are very cute. Maybe I should just pop them back in here for now. That way they're not going to get like all lost. All right, just remove that excess tape. And then a tiny book of reading flags. Ah! Oh, they're very, very cute. Oh, it's not just, oh, okay. So it's not just reading flags, it's like regular sticky notes as well. It's pretty handy. So I think these are regular size envelopes. So they go together. How cute. Our empty stationery box. So it's actually a little longer than pencil size. So it could be really handy for holding like your dip pins with the nibs already attached, so you don't have to disassemble them. I have a longer brush pin right there. So it will actually hold that. You know, just to give you guys an idea. And then some washi tape snips. I'll show you in a minute. I'd also received something like this from like a Zen Pop box or the one that does stationery, and I liked it. So I was happy to see, oh, they've got like a bunch of different cutting edges. That's neat. And they're wide. So 30 millimeters. Actually, I think this will be perfect. So like you would put it on and then tear it, pinch it, and there you go. You got a cleaner edge. So that works out really well. And then I have graphing paper, sticky notes. I use a lot of sticky notes, and I really like the cute ones, but I am kind of partial to Post-it because their adhesion is just like a better adhesive. So I wasn't joking when I was like, this wasn't like I was trying to shop for a haul or shop for a challenge. I was just kind of picking up stuff that like I'm going to use or that's useful to me. So it has like a very light grid pattern to it. And I also picked up some very cute little cat. Come on. There we go. So the problems with these is like you peel, they're so thin, and then you peel them off and then they want to curl and then they never want to stick again. But I am such a sucker for cute things that I kind of couldn't really resist. So this isn't everything. The Sarasa pins, you've seen me talk about those. I like them. I like the colors. They're good pens. I didn't really feel the need to pull them out and show you guys. But another clear ruler. I was hoping, it does have an inking edge, but I was hoping it would have a grid like my beloved Muji ruler, because okay, so even if it's in metric and I'm not working in metric, I love that I can line this up with my lines and be able to do straight parallel lines. It makes it just a lot easier to square stuff up. And this doesn't have quite as many lines as would be helpful. And it's actually possibly a little larger than my pencil case, but you know, how often do I zip that thing up anyway? So I think pictures for illustrative purposes only. Embedded stainless steel guide for easy cutting. I wonder if they're trying to do like a Muji-esque line, just more on a budget, because they have a lot of their brand sort of stationery supplies, and that's actually something I really like about Muji. Is I really like they're just plain but functional stationery and drawing supplies. These might be regular glue sticks, not glue dots. Ooh! Oh my gosh, that smell brings back memories of being in school. So I'm gonna have to put these somewhere where they're not gonna dry out, because they're definitely probably gonna dry out. And this is not quite the time of year where I do a lot of paper crafts. It's usually around Christmas. And I actually have a class I'm teaching on pop-up cards, so I will definitely be doing some kind of paper craft video for you guys. So this is the Muji look-alike mechanical pencil.
Man, their adhesive is stubborn. That's one of the problems with Daiso is everything is wrapped. So you end up with a lot of paper trash after. Okay. Oh, this is like the same kind of body as those like retractable small blades, because like there is basically no eraser to this, which is, I don't care. I don't use the eraser on my mechanical pencil. It does have a metal clip though, which I kind of like. And it came with, oh, what? Okay. Oh, okay. So I do this and it will, no, I don't know. It seems to have come with leads that I'm probably not going to use because I'm going to use red leads with this anyway. And I can't get them out anyway. This has just one lead in it. That's so funny. So just to show you, this is one of my Muji mechanical pencils that I put a different grip on so that it is more comfortable, which is what I would do with this. And you can see they're pretty similar. I think I might like the metal clip just a little bit better, but I like to use these kind of mechanical pencils because they're lightweight, they're easy on the hand, you can replace out the grips. They're very inexpensive, although since I don't live near a Muji or a Daiso, that does kind of add a complication. I have been using the same Muji mechanical pencils for at least like 5 years now. One of them I got last time I was in San Francisco, and that is even older. So even though they're like plastic, they last a pretty long time. And as I have said before, I would rather wreck the pencil than wreck my hand. And then some mono erasers. So I use white vinyl erasers all the time. I used to be a huge fan of mono erasers, and then I didn't like when they switched to the non-PVC kind for the US. They like pick up ink more than the Japanese ones. So having, some mono erasers handy, always something in my studio that I'm going to have around. I'm also a big fan of these like click or knock style. Oh, they have like a perforated line there, but I can't get at it. Can expose you to chemicals, including dibutyl phthalate and diethyl hexyl. Why? Why are you made with these things? Anyway, in general, I tend to like knock style erasers. Like these. Just inexpensive white vinyl erasers. Gets in those little crevices. Just kind of like a studio staple for a traditional comic artist. I hate how much packaging I'm generating with all this, though. I do feel kind of weird about that. Okay, so we've got a couple of fountain pens, so that gives us an opportunity to try out this here. So I will start with the zebra one. Oh, it's like ready to go. It's fairly easy to write with. Decent ink flow. It has an ink flow or an ink level window. It seems to be like mostly full. I like the color. It's pretty. It works on the sticky notes, so that's good because often these will like tear and bleed. And then the Daiso fountain pen without cartridge red ink in 5 millimeters. Just so much packaging now. That's the two side by side. The Daiso one looks a little bit cheaper. That's fine. Has a little bit of a smell. It does have an ink window, and it maybe doesn't contain as much ink. But both of these are pretty comfortable. They're more comfortable than my Arteza fountain pens that I picked up just for like writing notes and stuff. Okay, so now on to the more esoteric things. We've got 2 watercolor sets. These are like ointment style tube watercolors. I am going to be talking about these in a future video, so we'll save those and unwrapping those for that video. We have our art and craft palettes. They're disposable palettes, so you have like a large mixing area and then you have the individual wells. These would be really good for art kits. They are disposable, but I will probably try to reuse them somewhat. So how many do you get? You get 10 in these, and they're like that really thin plastic. Then we have our paperweights. So just to show you guys, these are my Chinese watercolor weights. They're usually sold in sets of 2. I have 3 sets like this and 1 set with the shorter weights, and believe me, they all get used. In fact, the shorter weights are currently in use right now. So I use these, I love to put these like across a page to help keep it from buckling. They're also really useful when you're using like a watercolor sketchbook and you don't want to use a clip. These are, they're plastic, but they have like a weight at the bottom, so they're not, and they also have this like skid proof stuff that I don't know about that. They're somewhere in between. What I really like about the heavy weights that I have is they're heavy and they're long, and they do a good job of like keeping your paper from buckling while you're working on it. Hopefully these will do the same. What drew me to these is they seem like they have like an area to rest your brush. So I was like, that's pretty appealing for me. I'm trying to get organized here, so sorry. I also picked up, related and yet not related, like a little ink pad. And what I had been using was like a little red VersaFine one. And where's one of my stamps? I don't want it to, these are all dusty. All my stuff is super dusty, much like me. I don't know where my, like my really, really cute mushroom stamp is, but we can, actually this is too big, but it has like a wood grain side that I did, so we can actually like test it out with the fake wood grain. I'll just use this again. Where is it? So this is for like Honko stamps, and they didn't, it would have been so cool if they'd had like carve your own Honko or like something very similar. And they had a few different versions of this. Oh, it's even smaller than I thought. It's very cute. Ugh. And it's meant to be portable, right? Because you would use this. Oh, it's very juicy to sign like legal documents. Okay. Hey, that worked pretty good, actually. I may have to, I have some blank stamps that I haven't carved because I taught a class on this. I may have to like come back. This is very cute. Come back to this and like do some more stamps because that is adorable. Actually, I want to see how easy this is to clean off. So give me a sec. Like, I'm assuming Daiso Honko ink is not waterproof. I might be wrong though. It might be a pigment ink. Because the other stuff I have, actually that's pretty staining at least. So like, even if it's not waterproof, you're still gonna see that somebody did their stamp. Might make it easy to forge. I don't know. If you have experience with that, let me know. But the Versa ink I got, I think this is a pigment-based ink. So this would be water-based, and it was really pretty inexpensive. Very cute. And it works well. So if you're like into like stamp eraser printmaking, that could be like a cute way to do. Then we have these. So this is a double-sided ink stone. It is very lightweight, with well on the back, with non-slip lining, whatever that means. So it's for both grinding a stone and pouring ink into it and using it as an inkwell. So I guess that would be, we'll find out when we turn it over. Both sides are usable. You can use the face as an inkstone for grinding ink sticks and the back as a well of ink. Ideal for students and enthusiasts to practice calligraphy, made of lightweight, durable material that is not easily broken. The back, used as a well of ink, is lined with a non-slip lining to ensure safe and easy use. And part of the reason I picked this up, Oh, I'm still zoomed in. Hang on. Part of the reason I picked this up is I actually have a set of colored Japanese inkstones. Okay, I see what they mean. They have this right here. Yeah, because this is super light. I should have picked up more of these if it works. And I also picked up a calligraphy ink stick. And I didn't pick up any brushes or brush pins. Well, I didn't see any Daiso brushes. I did see a lot of brush pins, but I have talked about Daiso brush pins in the past. And I'm kind of set in my ways, and I already have the kind of brush pins that I like, and Daiso doesn't carry those. I'm looking for like waterproof and alcohol marker safeness. So if you're interested in Daiso brush pins, I do have videos. I'll try to remember to link them for you guys. How to make Indian ink. Place some water in an inkstone, rub the ink stick gently in a circular direction, place a protective mat under the inkstone for stabilization. Clean and dry ink stick after use to avoid cracking. Do not leave ink stick in locations that are very high, very humid, or high temperature. If the ink comes in contact with clothes, it may stain. Keep out of reach of children. I really need to like make the time to like learn how to do these things. Yeah, there we go. It is an ink stick. And I think I have a couple of less expensive ones. I've been like, this is the cheapest one I have, but I've been kind of scrounging them together over the years so that when I'm ready to like try grind it yourself Japanese ink, that I'll have enough that I'm not constantly having to wash it. And then the last thing, I'd originally bought this to apply lotion, but I actually think this will be more fun as like an oversized watercolor mop or water mop, like, you know, like travel brushes. And I know I don't like travel brushes that much, but I cannot resist. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab my knockoff Buddha board so you guys can see. I'm going to fill this with water and we'll try it out. I forgot I actually have a Klein bottle for my water. So I might as well just use that. And that way you guys can see me fill it. Also, I mean, it's got a really tight neck to it. I technically don't need to fill the whole thing. How many of you guys do plein air painting and you want like a portable wash of water that isn't going to just eat your whole water bottle? Like, ooh, okay, this gets started real quick. Okay. All right, ready? That's me barely squeezing. That's me applying a little more pressure, like if we were to want to stretch something. This actually seems like it works decently well. You wouldn't want to leave the water in it because it's gonna probably mildew, but as like a travel mop, especially for applying water, this could be perfect. This was in the Daiso like makeup section. And I bought a roller and I bought this like silicone applicator because my genuine thought was like, I don't like getting oils on my hands, but sometimes I would want to put lotion on my face. So that was my thought. But this actually is cool for like as a travel water brush, right? I actually kind of like the format better than like, actually I actually have water brushes around because they get sent with like every cheap watercolor set comes with brushes. So like I have one here. I could fill it, but I'm lazy. So this is kind of neat actually. I like this. I will definitely, now that the weather is cooling down, maybe I'll try to find a way to use it. I may even just use it in my studio as like an easy way. We'll see. We'll find out. So that's kind of neat. This isn't all inclusive. You guys saw some of the other stuff that I picked up, but these were the things I thought you guys would be the most interested in checking out. I really like Daiso, and I think they've got some like really fun, you know, playful sort of things, whether it's adorable stationery or it's, you know, washi tape organization, or even some unexpected finds that might work really well for unexpected purposes. I really enjoy Daiso. If you like Japanese stationery and art supplies and you want to be able to access them on a budget, then Daiso, especially if you have one in your area, is a great way to go.
So while Daiso can be a lot of fun to visit and they have a lot of neat stuff, it is not just $1. It's not just a 100 yen store. Most prices start at about $2 and go up from there. They do have price signs around, and the general going thing is if the price is higher than their set usual price, which I forgot, but it's about $2, then the prices should be on the product. But like Five Below, it is very easy to spend a lot of money at a Daiso. So while I really like Daiso and I hope they come to Louisiana, and I honestly, look, the culture down here loves a dollar store. We love a dollar store, we love a Dollar General, we love a Family Dollar. I mean, I just love Dollar Store and Five Below, but like they get plenty of business at the other two stores. I think Daiso would do really, really well down here, but we don't have a Daiso, and that kind of explains the abundance of stuff that I have here, because it's been a while since I've been to a Daiso, and you know, it was just so hard to rein myself in, and they had so many cute things and yada, 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 yada. Anyway, I want to just caution you guys that while Daiso is similar to American Dollar stores, it is not exactly like American Dollar stores. And well, actually American Dollar stores are kind of becoming more like that in that they have like variable prices, and anyway, it's getting obfuscated. It's not as easy as like, oh hey, I walked into a dollar store, everything's $1. Same thing with Daiso, but they have a lot of really cute, fun, knick-knacky, gimmicky kind of things. If you like a tchotchke, Daiso is a great place for a tchotchke. I enjoy going to Daiso. It is probably a good thing that we don't have a Daiso nearby. They have way more than what I could possibly show you guys or pick up. So if you have one in your area and you've never been, I recommend checking out. I bet they'll have something for you. Words about Daiso. We had a small trunk in the car, so there was like a lot of like convention artists will pick up some of their bigger convention scaffolding stuff from Daiso. That was not available to me because we have our new car has a very small trunk, and we had other places we wanted to hit. But like I said, there's like a lot at Daiso, more than just what you're seeing here. They have loads of snacks. They have beauty supplies, although the two I went to had really small beauty sections because I was actually looking for like a plain lip balm and I couldn't find that. Generally, they have large stationery sections. They have lots of home goods. I don't know about toys because I know they have a toy section. I don't know how good their toy section is because we don't have kids and I should go look in the toy section, but I just, you know, I'm usually in a hurry when I'm at a Daiso. But if you have a Daiso in your area and you've never been, I really do recommend that you check it out. They are a lot of fun. This video was absolutely not sponsored by Daiso. I would love it if Daiso would sponsor me, but that's probably never gonna happen in a million years. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon with another art video or review, especially because for some of these, I kind of want to take them out into their own video and play around with them. So if you are interested in seeing me review some of these things or talk about some of these things, keep an eye out for that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is a great reminder that you can definitely make art and find art supplies on a budget. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye guys!